What's up, collective? It's your girl, Jaylah Soleil. Welcome back to my channel, Akashic Rhapsody. All right, I'm just gonna dive right on in here and interpret a message for you all. I'm using, let's see, today I'm gonna be using the Dark Crystal deck. So let's just pull some cards and see what we got going on here. Father God, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, beings of the highest white light, please come through and help me channel this message. What does my general collective need to know today? What's going on? Okay, I just heard. It's funny because it was a whisper that I just heard. I just heard, shh, be quiet. You need to be quiet about something? Oh, Lord, we moving in silence, Lord. All right. First card out. Ooh. You know what's so funny? First card out is the seven of stones or swords in this case, which usually talks about deception, moving with caution. Again, being quiet about something. All right. I'm also seeing the nine. We got the nine of gems, or that's the pentacles. We have the seven of crystals, which is the crystals or wands in this deck. We have the Empress, and we have the Knight of Vials, which is the Knight of Cups. So, and then the back of at the bottom we have the ten of Vials, which is the Ten of Cups. All right, so this is very interesting. So I'm getting, whoever you are in my collective who's watching this today, there's a very, very strong message of somebody here is building something in secret, and there is a strong need to just keep a tight lid on whatever this is that you're building. And it's hard to do so because it's whatever it is, it's some sort of creative work. It's a creative work that may potentially lead to, it could be very lucrative in terms of abundance and the financial side of things. It's also something that's probably, if you're just getting started, it might take you a while to build, or you've been building it up for quite some time. And once you finally announce whatever this is, I see it taking off pretty quickly. And then again, I see the Empress card here. This one is all about, sitting in your divine feminine energy, creative energy. Another confirmation, I don't know if you can hear my son crying in the background. All this extra noise and things that you might be hearing in the background, just confirmation that as you're working on this thing, don't be surprised if you get met with a lot of, distractions, the enemy trying to come in and, slow you down, stifle your growth, try to prevent you from things being sent your way energetically and spiritually to try to put you in a state to slow you down, make you tired, make you feel like you don't want to get up, you don't want to continue to work on whatever this is. It is because it's so beautiful. This is going to ultimately lead to the Ten of Cups here. Ten of Cups talks about ultimate happiness, stability. This is ultimate fulfillment as it pertains to your heart center, your chakra, the things that actually excite you and get you to want to, get up in the morning, make you excited about life and living and just ultimate happiness. I see here is the end goal, and people are going to love it. With the Knight of Cups here, this is something that there's going to be an outpouring of love to you once this kicks off. But also, I see this as being something that it's been on your heart for a long, long time to do this, and your intentions are genuine in that this is meant to help a lot of people. You're using your creative gifts and talents, and putting it back out of the world as like a service to others to kind of help them, kind of help. I just get a lot of uplifting energy here. You want to inspire and uplift others and help them reach their full potential. But also, this is the type of creative project that is going to help pour back into you as well. So the return on an investment of this is going to be, folks coming and pouring back into your cup. I'm seeing the Ace of Cups in my mind, so that tells me, there's going to be an overflow and outpouring of love around whatever this is. And that is why the enemy is trying so hard to distract you and kind of throw you off course. There might even be one or two people that don't necessarily believe in what it is that you're about to do. You might have a couple haters here and there, but whatever. You're still gonna do it. I see you still doing it anyway, which is a good thing. But the ultimate message here is move in silence. You don't necessarily need to spend too much time and effort trying to reach out to other people for mentoring, coaching, um, paying for a bunch of master classes and things like that. If you want to do those things, you feel like it's going to bring you additional value in what you're doing, great. If it's something that you really don't know much about and you want to learn more, by all means, go and do that. But I see here that somebody here has all of the creative energy, ideas, talent, strategy that they need to be successful in whatever this is. You are the master now with the Empress. You are the master at your craft. You are the master. God gave you the talent and the ingenuity and the knowledge to execute whatever this is, and you no longer have to run to other people to get validation or to ask them, am I doing this correctly, or how do I do it? It's already in you is what spirit is saying. All you have to do is stay focused, finish, and then put it out there, launch whatever it is. I'm gonna get some more clarity here. um so there's a lot of fire energy here. Aries, Sagittarius. What's the other? I'm drawing a blank here, y'all. I don't know why. Leo. Leo energy, yeah. Ooh, yep, Oh, this is beautiful. So clarifying the Seven of Swords, we have the Six of Swords, which talks about six is a number of duality, and coming back into balance. So you're focusing less on the naysayers, the negative thoughts, and you know people trying to throw you off and say, oh, what about this? Did you think about that? Why are you doing that? Or that's not going to pop off why you think it is. This is why you need to keep this as secret as possible, so that way you're focused on just getting the thing done, continuing to take action. So the Six of Swords talks about, going from rough waters to calmer waters mentally. So going from worrying about all of that stuff and just focusing on what it is that you're trying to do or you need to do. Clarifying the Nine of Gems is the Three of Vials or the Three of Cups. So that talks about it's third party energy when it comes to emotions, relationships. I What I'm getting from this is you're going to end up building a community of like minded individuals, a soul tribe, people that are like you, or you're attracting that to you by getting whatever this is out there. And this is going to fill you up because you might be a person that is really that thrives off of community and having that social group of like-minded individuals that you can talk to and hang out with and vibe with, because some people need other people to thrive. We are human beings. We are social animals. We're social creatures. There's nothing wrong with that. Clarifying the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands talks about it could be um, depending on what deck you look at. It can represent. Typically, you see a person on the deck beating down other wands or sticks as if they're trying to hold back, an attack or people coming at you. But I really look at this more so as just perseverance and resilience. You continue to remain dedicated and focused no matter what's going on, no matter how physically um, how physically hard it may be. It's going to basically, this is going to take some time. So don't beat yourself up if you're not going at a certain pace that you feel like you should be going. Don't compare yourself to others. Just go with the flow, move at your own pace, allow God to guide your steps. And clarifying that is the four of shards, crystals, four wands. That talks about ultimate success, celebrations, people rallying around you in the community, and things really just like I said, taking off. I see people giving you your flowers. I still see people thanking you for your service. I see people celebrating your knowledge, your wisdom, all these things, great things, beautiful energy. Now, clarifying the Empress, there is the Ace of Gems or the Ace of Pentacles. That is a huge, big, big, big energy. It's a brand new opportunity, especially when it comes to material success and abundance. This is like huge, this is, whether you're building a business or there's a new opportunity coming to you from somewhere else, or whatever it is that you're doing, this is basically God's way of saying this is going to be extremely lucrative. This is going to result in a huge payoff, especially when it comes to finances. So that's a good thing. This is a huge blessing that you've probably been waiting for a long time. So that's good energy. Now that I look back at this, I'm also seeing a lot of grounded energy. So if you're a Virgo or a Taurus or a Capricorn, this would be your reading as well. I am getting a little bit of water, so I'm hearing Scorpio specifically. You could have that in your chart, or you could be a Scorpio as your sun sign. So hopefully that resonates with someone. All of those zodiacs are coming up. But if you're not any of those zodiacs and it still resonates for you, then I consider it your message. So finally, the last piece here, and then I'm going to end it there. Clarifying the Knight of Cups is the Wheel of Fortune. So again, this is things turning around. Because it's upright, I consider this things turning around in your favor. So if you've been going through a period of drought or I don't know why I'm hearing plague and famine for whatever reason, going through a period where things just weren't quite working out for you in your favor. You felt like God wasn't answering your prayers. You felt like things are just, no matter how hard I try, things are just not moving. They are. God needed you to go through that period in order to show you a few things, for you to learn some lessons, for you to bring things into balance, and to prepare you for this Ace of Pentacles. Because this, when I tell you this is huge, this type of money, I'm thinking somebody could end up becoming a millionaire, multimillionaire, billionaire. This type of money, wealth and financial responsibility that God is getting ready to hand you, you have to be disciplined and prepared not only to receive but to be able to maintain it. Okay. um it's going to change your life. That's what the Wheel of Fortune is saying here. It's going to change your life. Everything is going to turn around. It's going to turn around with the quickness. I also saw the Five of Gems pop out. This is Five of Pentacles talks about you feeling like you're being left out in the cold, dealing with physical or financial struggle. Just like I said, things are difficult. Things are not moving. There's so many conflicts and obstacles in a way. So this is it goes back to tell you what I was talking about before. Somebody feels like they're here right now, and they're wondering, am I ever going to get the relief that I'm praying for? Am I ever going to see the light of day again? Am I ever going to, get that joy coming back into my heart that I used to have when I felt like I had more? Um, so this is somebody going from a loss potentially, or the perception of having lost something, to everything that you were praying for, everything that you didn't think was possible suddenly hit you all at once. And it is the most beautiful feeling ever. I'm also getting that with the Knight of Cups, this could be a spirit guide on the other side who hears you, sees you, validates you, and is working overtime to try to help you through this storm. And I'm hearing, whatever you do, please do not quit. Do not stop. Do not put it down. Do not allow the enemy or whoever to knock you off course, because you're almost there. You're almost there. I'm hearing that song from, I think it's Princess and the Frog, that Princess Tiana was singing, like, almost there, almost there. um, People made fun of her for never having time to come out and play and kiki and haha and all that, never being able to do the fast life and things that they were doing. Not to say that there's any wrong with that. I'm just trying to make a point that she was so lightning focused on her dream, which was her having her restaurant, her future business, and she was going to do any and everything that she needed to do to get there. She didn't care what anybody had to say. She even told her mom in that song, Almost There, she said, Mama, I don't have time for that. That's just going to have to wait a while. I don't have time for messing around. That's just not my style. She said, people, this whole town could slow you down, people taking the easy way. But I know where I'm going. I'm getting closer and closer every day, and I'm almost there. I'm almost there. You're almost there. Don't quit. You are almost there. I understand it's easy to just let it all go, take a load off, and just do what everybody else is doing. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with that if that's your lifestyle. And that's like, some people sacrifice their 20s, for example, 30s possibly, to build up a life of freedom, a life of that's lucrative, full of abundance, especially if you're chasing, wealth and status, and those things take time. Some people get lucky, you're in the right place, the right time, meet the right people, have the right connections. Not everybody has it. Some people are at a disadvantage from day one. But this person, whoever you are, you're genuinely building something. It's taking a little longer than you would have thought it would take, but it's going to be worth it in the end. Trust me, just keep going. You are almost there. And then the very last card I'm seeing, the Chariot. This is the Chariot. Ultimately, as a major arcana, talks about ultimate success in victory. You will achieve that, but we understand that you've got two different sides of the coin, two different personalities, two different horses that are guiding this chariot, and so sometimes it could be hard to move forward when you got you know these two different pathways trying to take you in multiple different directions. To be able to steer these two heads, put them in alignment, and move them in the same direction is hard, but the reward is worth the challenge, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to end it there. I hope that this resonated with somebody. You definitely take it to heart. And whoever you are, I wish you congratulations, all the best of luck in launching your new business, or, accepting your new opportunity, building your new community, whatever it is that you're working on. Yeah, just keep going. You're almost there. All right. Take care, collective, and don't forget to like and subscribe if this resonated with you. And please feel free to shoot me a comment in my comment section if there's anything in particular that really kind of stood out to you. And that's it. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.